Hi friends. Yesterday we started thinking about how we try to hide from God when we know that our words or thoughts or behaviors would not please Him. Trying to hide from God is as childish as a 2-year-old covering his eyes and thinking that you can't see him. We left off with Adam and Eve trying to hide from God in the Garden of Eden after they had disobeyed Him. Of course, their hiding did not make God go away. And that turned out to be a good thing. Even though they had sinned, God was still with them in the garden. Genesis 3:8-9 says, "They heard the sound of the Lord God walking in the garden at the time of the evening breeze. And the man and his wife hid themselves from the presence of the Lord among the trees in the garden. But the Lord God called to the man and said to him, 'Where are you?'" "Where are you?" was not an informational question. God knew exactly where Adam and Eve were. God does not ask for God's benefit, but for the benefit of Adam and Eve. God's question, "Where are you?" reveals something important about the nature of God. Now, think for a moment about the questions that God did not ask. God did not ask, "Have you been a good man and woman?" God's presence in our life is not dependent upon our goodness or our obedience. We all sin. We all stray. God does not forsake us when we do so, but continues to follow after us. God did not ask, "Why have you done this?" As fascinating as the why question is to us humans, it doesn't seem to be a big concern to God. I think God probably knows that the answer to the why question will be nothing more than rationalizations or putting the responsibility on someone else. "I was only speeding because the other cars were going 75 miles an hour and I didn't want to get run over." Or, "Okay, I lied, but it's not like I murdered somebody or robbed a bank." "It's not my fault. My wife gave me the fruit." "It's not my fault. The snake talked me into it." God doesn't ask why. What's done is done. Let's move on and start anew. God did not also explode and ask, "How dare you?" God does not storm away from Adam and Eve and separate himself from them. Yes, his holiness is offended by their sin. Yes, his heart was broken by their choice. But God's love burned hotter than God's anger. And rather than abandoning them for lost, God continues to seek them. He continues to extend himself to them. So when God asked, "Where are you?" God was saying, "I'm here for you. I'm not against you. You may hide from me, but I will seek you with all of my heart." And that's the same message that God has for us when we try to hide from him. When we cover our eyes and say, "God, don't look at me." God does not say, "Fine, if you're going to act that way, I'll just leave." God does not require an explanation. God does not condemn us or storm away in anger. Instead, God's love burns hot. And God continues to pursue us, to draw us out of our hiding, and to restore the relationship that was broken. No matter how good we are at hiding, no matter how long we've been covering our eyes, God has not gone away. Our sin may diminish our ability to perceive God, but our sin does not diminish God's ability to work within us and among us. And that's good news that we all need to hear. Thanks for listening. I'll see you again tomorrow.